Allan Karl, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Have you ever thought of going to Albania? Yeah, maybe not, but I'm going to give you a good reason why you might consider it. I'm just about to tee up a video here where I'm on my motorcycle cruising through the capital city, Tirana, to a small 2-hectare parcel, an organic farm just outside that capital city, where we're going to meet Flori, who along with his twin brother and his father run an organic restaurant, farm, and winery. This is why you might want to go and check out Albania. Hey, would you do me a quick favor? Hit that button right down there and subscribe, because I've got a lot of great content from all over the world. I ride my motorcycle everywhere, and I want to bring you with me. So please like this video and subscribe, and you'll see a lot more of the world. Here's Albania. A little bit of traffic in Tirana, Albania, the capital today, but hey, there's the double-headed Albanian eagle. It's on its flag. That stands for bravery, strength, and valor. I'm on my way just outside the city to Uka Farm, an organic farm, restaurant, and winery. I'm going to meet one of its owners, Flori Uka, who's the winemaker and an entrepreneur.
Some color and let me know.
Okay, so welcome to another edition of the WorldRider podcast. You're not going to believe where I am and what I'm doing right now, and who this legend sitting next to me, who just poured an incredible wine that, as it's already been prefaced, that this wine we dug deep in the cellar. Spiders are crawling over the bottles because and spiders are good in the cellar because...
Yes, because they protect the corks from insects that they want to eat them.
That's right. So the corks get... Yeah. But anyway, this is a grape, a native indigenous grape to Albania. That's where I am. I'm Albania. I'm at the Uka farm. I'm here with Flori Uka, who is a partner here with his brother and his father. And
family business.
It is a true family business.
And I'm the youngest one.
He's the youngest one and the most handsome. But he's got...
this is what they say, I don't know.
Yeah, he does have a twin, so, you know. But he has pulled out of that cellar with all the spiders a 2010 Kalmet. And Kalmet is a grape that, as I said, is an indigenous to Albania, and it's kind of the identity of grape varietal for Albania. And there's only how many bottles of these? Very few.
That we're drinking.
Yeah.
There are 200.
200.
And these are the bottles that I keep for the history. You know why I say the history? Because after 30, 40 years, someone will say, when did you start making wine? I will say 2010 for 2005 or okay, do you have any bottle? No. Yes. That's why I keep always. So we are touching the history of Uka with this one.
We're touching the history of Uka, and he says he normally only opens these for prime ministers, presidents, and so I am honored to sit here, and you tune into the WorldRider podcast. We've got a long interview, and we've talked a lot about Albania wine and Uka and what they're doing here. It's an organic farm too, but this, okay, let's just... That's an 8-year-old Kalmet. How many people in the world are drinking this right now? I don't think anybody but you and I.
Yes.
Cheers.
We are lucky.
We are so lucky. So, Flori, on the WorldRider podcast, we are talking about why people need to pay attention to what's going on in Albania, and it is a beautiful country, and hospitality is awesome.
Thank you. Really, thank you. It was the best intro I ever heard, probably, for myself and my wine.
Okay, I want to try this.
I still don't want to try that. I want to leave it a little bit more, even though I'm very curious about it.
Wow.
So, your impression?
My impression is this... I see why this can be the signature of Albania.
Mm-hmm.
It's very balanced. It's got good structure. And here's what... I'll let you say it. You know, when people talk about Albanian people, as they're having this resurgence and understanding of how quality wine can be made here, but when they think of Kalmet, they usually say what?
always when they think of Calmec, they make the comparison with Merlot and Cabernet, and all those wines that has written the story of the wines somehow. But these wines are full body wines. They're good. I mean, I always say the Merlot and the Cabernet is like the king and the queen.
Yeah.
You cannot say another word of that. But that doesn't mean that the palace of the queen and the king doesn't have other interesting people around. Okay.
That's right.
So the Calmet is something that unique without getting blended is totally another person. It's totally someone that gives you pleasure and joy, and it's a wine that can be paired in different foods. It's a wine that has a very light, elegant color that some people call it has a lack of color. That's the craziest thing.
That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, you are kind of punishing the Calmet by calling it like this.
Yeah, look at this. Okay.
This color, for me, for my taste and my eye, it's beautiful. It's awesome. And this is what Calmet has to show. And other wineries and other people are blending it with Merlot and Cabernet to make it a more full-body wine, because they believe that Calmet after 3 or 4 years it doesn't give anymore.
This is what I was saying, right? And
It doesn't give anymore.
Yeah.
And from my experience, I'm a young winemaker. I've been for 12 years working as a winemaker. From my experience, after 4 years, Calmet gives totally another story to tell.
After 3 years.
After 3 years, and 4 years, and 5 years, and 8 years, and more.
And
this is 8 years, and I'm sure that this wine will give after 5 years more and more.
Yeah.
And
It's very youthful. If you ask me what year is this, I would never know. Never. I've been here for several hours now and am truly impressed by what's going on here and the history as I've traveled from the border of Greece and I'm on my way to Montenegro to have an opportunity to really get to know what's going on in this wine and food industry. We're at 2 hectares here, and how many plants have we planted?
It's not that we have planted. We have planted a lot, but you can find 200 different plants in 2 hectares. So we have planted a lot, and we have left the self-planted plants. We saw that there are different herbs and different wild plants that grow spontaneously here, that we left them to see how they collaborate together with biodynamic farming somehow.
Yeah.
So the idea of the farm, to explain it, a short way to explain is by planting different plants. You invite different insects, so you create the biological war of insects. So you prevent the interventions of human beings with pesticides. That's somehow, in short terms, explain the philosophy of the farm. But, it's a 22 years old job, so it can be explained in 20 minutes. So
yeah, you can't, exactly. But what I think is really impressive is that, there are, as I walk around, there's kale, there's tomatoes, there are peppers, there's kiwi, there are grapes.
Pomegranates, artichoke. Citrus, limes, olive trees, and all of this, what we have mentioned, there is more than one variety per each.
That's right, the apples. I mean, we sat and had this great conversation under an apple tree, and there are like 20 different kinds of apples grown just right here.
The purpose of planting these apples is because watching which of these variety feels in its own habitat here, so we can substitute the other that doesn't
so the ones that thrive, as we would say.
Yes, exactly. We can substitute them with these varieties that survive, and one day we wish, I think my nephews will not reach it as well. One day we wish to go with hands in our pocket and harvest everything here without intervention,
without touching anything. Yeah.
Because I will tell you what I told you in the beginning. My father says there is no bad insect. We the human being are the one that call them enemies, because we created the perfect environment for them to be our enemies. 100 years ago, we didn't treat with pesticides.
Yeah.
So less intervention of human being, more organic. So we are harmful for the nature.
We are. Yes, we are a little.
And everybody knows about this.
Yes, we're invasive. We are definitely invasive.
We think the world is ours, but not.
No.
The species of insects are thousands times more than us in this world.
Yeah.
So we're not alone.
So we're gonna sit and enjoy this 2008 Calmet, and you have to tune in to the podcast and learn more about Albania and the Yucca farm. Thank you.
Thank you very much.